My life was good, I write was hood, I might get to it, not out the woods, so bro, I got to do it, be a monster, that's why my mantra is being onslaught, from the Lone Star to my lungs.
Alright YouTube, what is going on? It is your boy Jarice back at it with another episode of
Real talk.
And if you liking the content, like, share, and subscribe. We're on the road to 2K subs, so without further ado, let's get it. So today's topic, Supreme Court blocked Biden student loan forgiveness. And can we give the Supreme Court a round of applause? So now all the people who got degrees in communication and psychology and queer theory and LGBTQ theology and all this other nonsense, yeah, you played yourself. So this is what happens when you decide to vote for a politician based off of free handouts that you know you're not gonna get. Because when I saw this, and I was like, what? Biden's gonna forgive everybody's student loans? I was like,
That don't make no sense.
Considering the nation is X amount of dollars in debt, right? Yeah, national debt. You see this? You see this number right here? Yeah, and you were thinking that the federal government was just gonna say, yeah, all the people that went to college and got these underwater basket weaving degrees and lesbian dance theory degrees, yeah, they don't have to pay it back even though the country is billions and trillions of dollars in debt. Nah, we'll just let it slide, even though we're having to have arguments about raising the debt ceiling so the country doesn't default. But no, we can just have X amount of thousands of people not pay back their tens of thousands of dollars of student loans. But I don't know, I guess this is the logic when you're a leftist, right? But anyway, so let's read the article. So it says, student loan payments are poised to resume this fall without smaller balances now that the U.S. Supreme Court has blocked President Joe Biden's loan cancellation plan. The Biden administration's loan forgiveness initiative would have canceled up to $10,000 of debt for eligible borrowers, and in some cases, $20,000.
Oh my God! Wow!
Oh, you poor babies. You thought you were going to go to college for free and have it put off on the American taxpayer. Yeah, see, this is the liberal progressive mindset. I'm just going to vote for you because you promised to give me stuff that I will never get. Shout out to black people in reparations. Yeah, y'all ain't never going to get that, but y'all will keep voting for these politicians in the what is it, the Black Democratic Caucus or whatever, that keeps promising to fight for y'all's reparations, even though they're the ones in bed with these white people that are promising to give you reparations, and these people are getting paid to pretend that they're gonna get you these reparations. But that's a different topic for a different day. But the Supreme Court's conservative majority ruled on Friday that the executive branch overstepped its authority by trying to wipe out billions in student loan debt on its own. Six states sued, arguing that the HEROES Act does not authorize the loan cancellation plan. We agree, Chief Judge John Roberts said, writing for the 6-3 majority. Now is time for more than 40 million borrowers with federal student loans to figure out their next move. They are staring at more than $1.6 trillion in student loan debt. Add on private student loans, and the number climbs to 1.7 trillion. That's a lot of money.
Really, nigga?
Yeah, that's a lot of money. And you people thought that the government was just gonna say, nah, forget about it. You voted me in, so yeah, I'm just gonna take those votes and just, yeah, since you guys were so nice and put me in power, I'm just gonna say, nah, you guys don't have to play that or pay that back. You played yourself. I need that DJ Khaled clip where he goes, you played yourself. I need that to replace this one.
Another one.
Or I need it to go under this one on my stream deck. But anyway, let's take a look at this news clip right here from CBS 8 San Diego. I picked this one specifically because it's California, and as y'all all know, California is the king of liberal leftist progressives.
And President Biden's new plan will try to use a federal law called the Higher Education Act, which can be used under certain circumstances to forgive student loan debt.
What do you mean by that?
Many loan recipients, though, were still processing today's decision by the Supreme Court.
We were all hopeful, but not optimistic.
Okay, look at this dude right here. Can't you tell he's a leftist? Like, I could look at him just walking down the street and go, yep, liberal.
Bryce Gregg just graduated from UC San Diego with an engineering degree and with about $17,000 in student loans.
Okay, here's the thing, right? I'm going to stop it right here. If he has an engineering degree and gets a job as an engineer, he can pay back his student loans the way you should. But he voted for Biden and other leftists and progressives thinking that, oh yeah, I'm going to get this nice engineering degree, they're going to forgive my student loans, and I'm just going to be able to go into the workforce and just make all this money and never have to worry about that. Ha! You idiot.
He recognizes he's in better shape than a lot of other grads who have far more loan debt, but was still crushed by the court's ruling.
I'm extremely disappointed because we already pay so much to go to school, and it's so hard to get a job out of college, like 6 figures to get an undergraduate degree. It's frustrating.
I think the court...
But you have a degree in a field that can actually make you the money to pay back your student loans. You don't have a degree in, cosmetology, communication, psychology, business, all these useless degrees that people generally end up working at Starbucks with. Like, I have a 4-year degree, but I'm the manager at Starbucks. Like, you're not in that boat. And for the people that get doctorates and still end up at Starbucks, yeah, you're a lot better off than them, so I don't know why you're complaining, to be honest.
misinterpreted the Constitution.
President Biden also expressed frustration and
Don't fall down them stairs, Biden. I know you like to trip going up the stairs, but if you fall down the stairs, boy, it's over.
within hours of the court's decision, had unveiled a new plan to achieve widespread student loan forgiveness. The Higher Education Act, which dates back to 1965, was designed to ensure every American, no matter their income or background, would have access to higher education.
This new path is legally sound. It's going to take longer, but in my view, it's the best path that remains to providing for as many borrowers as possible.
This new process could take more than a year and would require a public hearing. It's still not clear how far this new plan would go. Biden's original action had sought to forgive $10,000 for all federal student loan
So...
borrowers and up to $20,000 for low-income Pell Grant recipients.
So wait, hold on. So they were just gonna say anybody who had $10,000 in non-Pell Grants, just poof, gone. $20K if you make under a certain income. I'm guessing they were gonna use that to target black and brown people, because that's usually the way they like to phrase it. And capped for borrowers earning, yeah, see, there you go, earning less than $125,000.
Federal student loan borrowers and up to $20,000 for low-income Pell Grant recipients. Critics of Biden's plan, who supported the Supreme Court's decision, say student loan forgiveness on this massive scale is up to Congress to authorize.
It is not the role of the president or agencies to take on the legislative powers that are reserved to Congress under our Constitution.
Hopefully, if I can...
Yeah, thank God we have checks and balances, right? You know those things that we learned about in school? And, you know, Biden just can't sign an executive order and just go, yep, loans forgiven. Thank God we got that right.
get a job, which is...
As for those borrowers like Bryce Gregg who are waiting to see if this new plan ultimately achieves loan forgiveness,
I mean, we can always hope.
And while
Yeah, and people like that, yeah. This is why I don't hang around people like that. People that sit around, I'll keep holding on. Yeah, like, bro, it's not gonna happen, bro. Like, they are literally dangling a carrot in front of your face, and you'll never get it, bro. I hate to break it to you, but this is what they want. And this is how they
borrowers
stay
will
in
technically
power.
have to begin making loan repayments starting in October, there will be a one-year on-ramp.
Start making them make payments now. They've had so long, right? We've had the freeze on student loans. We've had the eviction moratoriums. Just go ahead and start making people pay now.
Period. That means those who don't make repayments will not be reported to credit agencies or have their loans referred to collection agencies.
Yeah, they need to be paying these loans now, like right now. But just to wrap it on up, let's take a look at some of these shorts, right? Because I like watching YouTube shorts, and I think these shorts provide an interesting perspective on the topic.
Republican officials just couldn't bear the thought of providing relief for working class, middle class Americans.
So even in this situation, right, it's the Supreme Court, but somehow Biden is literally blaming the Republicans, right? I guess just blame Republicans because you know that your voter base has the IQ of a freaking mouse and the attention span of a goldfish. So if you say the R word, Republicans, or racist, then they'll go, oh yeah, it was the Republicans' fault, even though I would argue that it's a uniparty system for the most part, but that's neither here nor there. We won't talk about that. I might get Epstein if I keep on going.
At the same time, think about this. We all supported the Paycheck Protection Program, remember? PPP, you know?
And he said, we've all supported the PPP thing.
Which was designed to help business owners who lost money because of the pandemic. It was a worthy program. But let's be clear. Some of the same elected Republicans, members of Congress who strongly opposed giving relief to students, got hundreds of thousands of dollars themselves in relief, members of Congress.
And Biden, guess what? You got millions of dollars from foreign countries, which I would argue is a conflict of interest for a political official working for the United States government, especially in a position that you were in, considering you were a senator, then vice president, now the president of the United States, getting foreign money from foreign countries, or getting money from foreign countries, but you know. But we won't talk about that. We won't air out your dirty laundry. This is about those big, bad Republicans, Biden.
Because of the businesses they were able to keep open. Several members of Congress got over $1 million.
And you got millions of dollars from other countries.
All those loans were forgiven. Now a kid making $60,000, trying to pay back his bills, asking for $10,000 in relief.
That's a lot of money.
Come on. The hypocrisy is stunning.
Yeah, your hypocrisy is stunning. Your son's hypocrisy is
out of
stunning.
the Supreme Court, the court just ruled that the Biden administration
And then notice they got the black dude on here talking about this, right?
student loan forgiveness plan is unconstitutional. The White House estimates the plan would have affected 37 million Americans and was set to forgive up to $20,000 in federal loans per qualifying borrower. The plan has been on hold since 6 Republican-led states who claimed the program violated President Biden's executive power took the administration to court. But the Biden administration argued the plan is permitted within the law and cited the HEROES Act, which allows the Secretary of Education to make changes related to student loans during national emergencies like the COVID pandemic. News out of the Supreme Court.
I don't understand how people overcome poverty in America. I really don't. You know? I've been working since I was 16 years old. I helped pay my parents' mortgage when I was still in high school. I'm 32 years old now. I don't even have a mortgage. I don't have kids. I don't have anything to show for all this time that I've paid into the system.
Hey, baby girl, guess what? Me either. I live in an apartment. I don't have any student loans and hold on, all this other stuff you just said. We are literally in the same boat. The only difference is I didn't help my mom pay for her mortgage. But, I mean, different set of family values and dynamics, I guess.
I went to college. I have a bachelor's degree.
I did not go to college. That's the difference. Oh my god. I went to college for 1 semester, and the first semester was cool, and then the second semester, because I was doing literally 1 class at a time. So my first semester, I did government, right? Only class I took. I had like a B average in that class the entire freaking semester, right? And then because I didn't feel like doing the final project thing, whatever it was, like that shit dropped me down to like barely passing the class. It is what it is. And then when I went for my second semester and I was in algebra and I had an African professor who I couldn't understand to save my life, I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm out of here. And I didn't go back. So guess what? I don't have student loan debt, so I'm not out here crying.
My parents never graduated college. My parents didn't even graduate high school. I'm already on my second bachelor's degree.
I didn't watch this whole thing through. I kind of stopped it like at the first part. Oh my god. So you're complaining about student loan debt, but you're going for your second bachelor's degree.
That don't make no sense.
Oh, the liberal mindset is amazing.
That this one sticks, you know, like I was paying for nursing school half loan, half out of pocket, and COVID hit. And now I'm looking at my last quarter of nursing school and I'm realizing I'm not going to be able to graduate. I'm literally out of money. And not because I failed classes or I did something wrong. I did everything right.
No, you didn't. You said you're going for your second bachelor's. That's what you did wrong, baby girl.
It's just because I'm poor.
I'm poor too. Sorry to break it to you. I'm poor too.
Born poor. I'm still poor. They want me to die poor. I don't know how you guys do it.
How about not getting 2 bachelor's degrees? I swear to freaking God, bro. Oh my god. Beautiful. I need that future clip where he's like, sensational.
Stay ahead of the game with this week's. Stay ahead.
Breaking news.
No, stop.
Stay ahead of the game with this week's.
And then this is gonna be the last one, right? So look at this chick, right? Obviously, left is liberal. Obviously. Got the glasses. Like, you can just look. Like, generally speaking, I know a leftist liberal chick when I see one.
12 Front Weekly News. I'm Brianna, and this week we're talking the Supreme Court cases we've been waiting for and what they mean for you. First, the Supreme Court cases around Biden's student loan forgiveness program have finally begun, with the court hearing initial arguments last week. The main questions: whether Biden's administration actually has the legal authority to cancel the debt, and whether there's evidence that the plan will harm anyone. We'll be keeping an eye on the proceedings, but we're unlikely to have any real answers for a few months. So if you're someone with eligible student loan debt, what do you need to know? Number 1, student loan payments will remain paused until 60 days after a ruling is released, or 60 days after June 30th if a ruling has not been released yet.
So, 6 days after June 30th, so July, August, so September, y'all gotta start paying y'all shit back.
Number 2, there are 43 million people eligible for forgiveness, so if you're impatiently waiting for this ruling, you're not alone. And number 3, even if the plan does not move forward, Biden's administration is already working on backup plans, like improvements to the income-driven repayment program.
But, you know, because we have to keep these idiots, you know, by the short and curlies, we're going to come up with a backup plan to, you know, give them a little bit of relief, even though I don't think they should get any relief. You decided to go to college. You should have known to pick a field that would make enough money so you can repay your student loans. I don't take on debt that I know I can't pay. These people should have thought the same thing, but when you encourage a culture of going to college just for the sake of going to college, and let's be honest, most of these people just literally go to college to make friends and party and drink and have sex, this is what happens. So I don't feel bad for these people. May you drown in student loan debt, may you default on your student loans, and live happily ever after. But anyway, guys, that's it. It's been your boy Jerice back with another episode of Real Talk. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because we on our way to 2K. And I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. I'm out. Oh, wait. And let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. And now I'm out.